this is Joni Sorita from Therapy Corner Store, and this is Hobbs, my dog here, and we'd like to talk to you a little bit about the essential oils of rosemary. The Latin name is Rose Marinus officialis, and I like to say that rosemary is not really a popular oil selected with animals, but it is a good essential oil to use with animals because it helps cleanse the blood, it helps unclog pores in the skin, and it helps stimulate hair growth, which sometimes we all would like. It also is a great warming essential oil if you have an animal with arthritic joints that might have sore muscles and they travel long distances and really need to get rubbed out. And it helps the respiratory system. It's used for chronic respiratory or even coughs. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about the history. The Romans used to use rosemary and wore the plant around their head, so when they were in class and they were learning about what the scholars were teaching them, that the rosemary would help give them memory. So sometimes you'll see in school actually teachers using and diffusing rosemary in their classroom. On an emotional level, it's a great transitioning oil. If you have an animal that you've lost or had to euthanize, even if you had to move and your animal had to move with you, there's a lot of emotions attached to it. So it's a great oil to use for letting go. And also, it's great with self-confidence. If you have an animal that feels it has a lack of self-worth, it's a great oil for them to use and smell to give them more self-worth, and very supportive. And one more thing before we go, I'd like to say a little bit about the warnings. Now, the warnings of rosemary are epilepsy and seizure. And as much as I've read with research and books and people I've studied with, we really have not experienced any triggering from rosemary with epilepsy or any seizures from the oil. But we would like to say that probably you should heed the warnings, and if you know of animals or people with epilepsies or have seizures, not to use rosemary. It's also a great oil to use when you're cooking spaghetti. So thank you for tuning in, and remember, this is not a substitute for veterinarian medicine. This is a tool to help enhance wellness and balance with your animals.